WIKE versus ATIKU. Peace not in sight as WIKE moves harder against ATIKU'S henchmen in Rivers. Good day, everyone. You're welcome once again to Peak Media. Thank you for joining us on the channel that brings you nothing but authentic and verified news happenings around the country. If you're joining us for the first time, please do well to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And for our existing and old viewers, please do well to give us a thumbs up. Now, today's news is from within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and it says, peace not in sight as WIKE and ATIKU are still moving against each other. Now, let's go into the news in full. Let's go into the details. It said, continued onslaught against Atiku Abubakar's men in Rivers State by Governor ÑÄHM is a sign that reconciliation between the governor and the People's Democratic Party candidates may still be very far. The party's board of trustees, led by Adolphus Wabara, the former Senate president, just left Port Harcourt, where they came to attempt reconciliation between both camps in the PDP. They left without any definite sign of progress. Few days after, WIKE signed a law stripping one of ATIKU'S henchmen, Celestine Omehia, of any rights and status as a former governor. He got the State House of Assembly to pass such a law, thus showing that what WIKE thinks is what the lawmakers think, according to observers. They recalled that when WIKE was in good relationship with Omehia, he said Omehia was entitled to the status of an ex-governor. Now that they have fallen apart to different camps in the PDP, WIKE says Omehia is no more an ex-governor, and the House of Assembly quickly passed a law endorsing the governor's wish. Omehia is the man who took over the candidacy of Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi in the then PDP and used the flag to coast to victory in the governorship election in the state. He ruled for 5 months until the Supreme Court issued a shocking verdict to say that in the eye of the law, it is Amaechi, who won at the PDP primaries, that was the candidate at the main election and not Omehia. Amaechi was to rush back from self-exile in Ghana to be sworn in on October 25th, 2007. The Amaechi administration said in the eye of the law, Omehia was never a governor and treated him so, not a governor, by not putting his photograph on the roll of former governors and in other things including protocols and benefits. WIKE, who rallied all detractors of Amaechi into a political camp and forced to win as Amaechi's successor, moved to recognize Omehia as an ex-governor, arguing that as long as Omehia took decisions as governor, he must be recognized as an ex-governor of Rivers State and would get entitlements. As PDP primaries became a hot issue in May 2022, WIKE asked to be allowed to decide who would be governor, lawmakers, and president of Nigeria. He rallied the PDP in the state to focus on him as the state's candidate to be next president. Some members of the party, however, differed with him and chose to support Atiku. This seemed to infuriate WIKE, who launched all manner of actions against them. He has continued to remove them anywhere they were given appointments in the state. Peacemakers have continued to mediate between WIKE and Atiku, the largest being the visit of the BOT. WIKE, however, seems not to be impressed by those appeals as he has gone ahead to kick out another Atiku man. He has just, on Friday, October 7, 2022, signed a legal instrument into law as an executive action sequel to the resolution of the State House of Assembly. With the signing, the recognition that accorded Omehia the status of a former governor of the state with equitable rights and benefits are now cancelled. Governor WIKE signed the instrument at the Executive Council chambers of the Rivers State Government House, Port Harcourt, on Friday when it was presented to him by the State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Zacchaeus Adango. The governor disclosed that he has always respected resolutions from the State House of Assembly and never had any reason to disagree with them. He said, "Yesterday, I received a resolution from the Assembly de-recognizing Sir Celestine Omeha, who had enjoyed the privilege of a former governor of the state. But you will recollect that sometime in 2007/2008, my predecessor, His Excellency Chibuike Amici, did not recognize Sir Celestine Omeha as a former governor of the state. When we came on board, there were issues, and the Assembly felt that having served as a governor, it should enjoy the status of a former governor. I have always respected the resolutions of the Assembly. I have never one day disregarded anything the Assembly has sent to me." WIKE pointed to the reasons adduced by the leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly that the strength of the information they now have has compelled them to reverse what they did in 2015. The governor noted that the hallmark of leadership is being able to acknowledge that there was an error done in the course of administration and having the courage to correct such error. The leader of the House said they have better facts. And what are the facts? The facts are the Supreme Court judgment categorically stated that the Sir Celestine Omeha was never a governor because he never stood for any election, and that it would be inappropriate for their Assembly legacy that they didn't respect the judgment of the Supreme Court. In this part of our country, people will praise you when it suits them, but when you do the uncommon thing, people will not praise you. WIKE stressed that the need why people keep politics away from what had been done. He further urged people to get a copy of the Supreme Court judgment and understand that it is the right thing to recognize Omeha in the eye of the law. I had to call the Attorney General for him to give me his legal opinion as regards the resolution of the Assembly, and rightly the Attorney General said the Assembly are right, that in the first instance the recognition was extrajudicial, and that the Assembly had no power to change the judgment of any court, not to talk about the Supreme Court. So people should understand and not begin to play politics. WIKE explained that as untrue as the insinuation in the media that Omeha was de-recognized because he has ceased to be his ally and now a member of the Presidential Campaign Council of the PDP. He stated that the Assembly had woken up to the conscience and did not want posterity to blame them for an error they had done which they could correct. WIKE likened it to the position of the members of the National Assembly also found themselves when they were working on the Electoral Amendment Bill. Remember last time, the National Assembly, when they were making the amendment of the Electoral Act, everybody said they should include the card reader, and that was in 2018-2019. The National Assembly did not do it, particularly the All Progressive Congress members, and people told them what they were doing will haunt them. Posterity will not forgive you if you do not allow democracy to thrive. In the new Electoral Amendment Act, because they knew what they did not do the right thing, they had to include it, and you can see the members of the National Assembly are happy that they have done the right thing. WIKE also pointed to the sum of money paid to Omeha as a proof against those who peddle tales that government was not paying such benefits at all. If this did not happen, nobody will even know that the state government has been coughing out such amount of money to pay as benefits. I'm sure they must have told you that no benefits and all entitlements were never paid. That is what you hear everywhere. But yesterday, when it was revealed that the state government coughed out such amount of money to pay as benefits as recommended by the Assembly, and now they have sent the resolution to me, I thank God today. Without looking back, I have signed it as an instrument and it will be gazetted for record purposes.